Do you know someone with special needs who will soon be transitioning into the workforce? Tonight, a show full of information just for you. Please stay tuned for Connecting Our Community, coming up next. Hi, I'm Pat Shoemaker. Welcome to Connecting Our Community. The Transition Work Group is a coalition of nonprofit organizations, government agencies, and individuals that is trying to improve the transition of young people with special needs from school to independent living. Every October, this group has a Transitioning Youth Resource Fair, and our guests tonight are representing some of the nonprofit partners in that group. Joining us tonight are Nicolette Stearns, the co-founder and director of ArtStream, and Terrell Limerick, who is an amazing athlete who recently won a bronze medal at the Special Olympics. And later in the program, we'll have another guest who joins us about employment opportunities. So first of all, Nicolette, and I've been told that I can call you Nick.
Yes.
Please tell us what the Transition Work Group is.
Transition Work Group, as you said, is a wonderful coalition of nonprofits in Montgomery County and headed up by Karen Leggett. And we get together every month and plan a transition fair that happens in the fall every year. We have workshops, and there's all kinds of just resources for families trying to navigate that huge maze of what happens when they hit that transition age. It's a lot of fun. We have performances. Terrell spoke. We have lots of art streamers. Really an opportunity to engage the community and to let them know all the wonderful resources Montgomery County has.
And for the people who are transitioning, who are they? What ages are they? What are their circumstances?
You know, it's really interesting. Every year they seem to get younger and younger. I think families are really thinking ahead. So we have a lot of folks who come in that are somewhere between maybe 18 and 21 that are really asking themselves, what next? Where am I going to live? Where am I going to work? What am I going to do socially? Who am I going to do it with? How am I going to meet people? And I think what happens is a lot of times why we're seeing them younger, I think families are starting to think about it. Even though their kids may not be at that place yet, they're already having that conversation. And so Transition Work Group comes in and really helps continue that conversation and really engage those families.
And the people, the children, the young people who are transitioning, they are people with physical needs, mental needs. What is the category or what is the group?
Absolutely. They might be adults who are on the autistic spectrum. They may be folks who have Down syndrome living in our community. It is a wide, diverse group of adults with disabilities.
Okay. And how did you get involved with this group?
Well, ArtStream, the company that I'm a co-founder of, we came in several years ago just to do sort of a talk to the transition group and let them know who we were so that we could have a resource table. ArtStream in general fell in love with this event, and so now we have workshops and we coordinate a lot of the entertainment. We have a lot of volunteers. We really got involved in the community element of this organization, and ArtStream feels like we're a part of that conversation too, and we're really interested in really supporting our clients in their life choices in Montgomery County as well.
And Terrell, you are absolutely an amazing human being, I have to say.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
you are involved in ArtStream, which means that you're an actor.
Right.
What do you do with ArtStream? And then we'll get to the rest of your amazing life.
Okay. Well, I was my friend Nicolette, the co-founder of ArtStream. She helped me to do my art better, and then I took that what she helped me with, and I put it up on the stage, and I did that like a couple of years, and then I found out the Spotlight loved me, so I took it over.
So the Spotlight loves you not only for performing in that way, which obviously it does, but also you're wearing an incredibly gorgeous medal around your neck. You have another one in your hand. There are a lot of them here on this table. You have done some things that no person with special needs or without special needs
Yeah.
has done. You won a bronze medal recently in the World Special Olympics Games. What was it?
Is the road competition in LA this year, and why should I show you this?
Yeah.
This is a medal for the state competition, and we have this medal for the road competition. See how big it is?
Yes.
And see how little this is? They make the state competition medal because it is good and all that, but it's like acting. It's test the athlete out by the state competition, and if you get this, you got like a spotlight.
Right, right, exactly. It's just amazing. These medals are phenomenal, and I know that winning the state one, even though it's very small, is a huge step.
Yeah.
And to get to the world competition, and not only to get there, but to win any kind of a medal is just incredible. It's just incredible. There's no other word. I'm just in awe that you can do that.
Awe.
Yeah. And Nick, for the art stream, do you find that helping helping people with
people is a good
yes,
idea.
I'm sorry, people through acting and whatever, that it broadens their mind, that perhaps they could go on to other athletic things, or
Absolutely, absolutely, and I think, Terrell would agree. I think a lot of our participants come to ArtStream for different reasons. Maybe they want to work on social skills, or perhaps they're working on eye contact. But everything that we do on the stage to prepare you to feel comfortable in the spotlight, you can do off the stage. All of those skills transfer. And we always talk about at ArtStream, you want to be your best self, whatever that is for you. And I think you're right. I think it builds confidence and self-esteem, and it allows us to take the kinds of risks to be able to go out there and be a solo sailor and become third in the world. The confidence that we get from stepping out on stage, the courage that it takes to be a performer, I absolutely think that those kinds of skills transfer into everyday life.
And do you concentrate on a certain age group or a certain disability or special need group?
No, ArtStream has all programs for all ages. Most of our programs are 18 and up, but we do have programs for children. We do have programs for teens, and we have private lessons. We have all kinds of different programs targeting different skills with different ages and different populations. We always say at ArtStream, we'll meet you where you are. You come to us, we'll figure it out, and we'll find a path for you.
Yeah, that's a great motto. And do you have volunteer opportunities? Are there?
We do. We have many, many mentors, many of which Terrell and I are very close to and become friends with, that stay with us for many years. We're a nonprofit so that they can receive Montgomery County qualified SSL hours. But we also have folks that might come to us in the 8th grade for SSL and then never leave.
And tell me what SSL is.
Student Service Learning Hours. You must have 75 of them to graduate in a Montgomery County public school. We're one of the approved organizations, so you can come and sing and dance with us and get your SSL hours. But we also have volunteers of all ages and all backgrounds that help on stage and off, because taking tickets or selling concessions is also very important. But we have classroom opportunities. Our website has a number and all kinds of information that folks can have. But yes, we work with many volunteers all the time.
And do you put on productions that the general public will come to see, or is it just for school children?
No, we sure do, right? We perform all over. The Black Box in Silver Spring.
Yeah.
We perform our plays at theaters, and yeah, we have people come, and we usually sell out, which is really fun.
And also, by doing that, by what Nicolette said, we do a lot of staging, like in the background, like you don't see it, but we do We do if you don't know your spot on stage, we go to the the front of the stage and do your acting, and then if you have something going in the backstage, you know. So it will help you to do it better on stage when the performance come about.
Yeah,
Which-
it's
Right?
it's complicated. I mean, there's
Yeah.
a lot involved.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
And which,
right.
Terrell, which do you prefer, to sail or to act?
Both actually. If I wanted to do it, I want to do both. But I do sailing for like in the summertime and stuff, and in the fall season I do Austrian. Yeah.
Well, that's the perfect all year round.
Yeah.
all year
Yeah,
round.
that's
That's true.
a great way to end this particular segment. So thank you both for being with us. I wish everybody could be here to see these medals in person. They're amazing. And Nick, your program is phenomenal. So please stay with us for the second half of our show when we're going to be talking more about actually getting jobs, transitioning into the workforce with a different guest. So I'll say goodbye to Nick and Terrell. And please stay tuned and join us for the second half of Connecting Our Community.
All right.
When you donate goods in response to an international disaster, it's expensive.
They have to cross the sea, pass through customs, be inspected, sorted, then finally delivered.
And often they arrive too late to help, making your good intentions feel a little empty.
There is a better way.
Cash donations are fast, simple, and allow professional relief workers to purchase supplies close at hand.
Cash is best. Learn more at CIDI.org.
It's our duty to serve veterans and military families who serve their country in the most difficult ways imaginable. Together, we can say thank you in so many ways. Small acts of kindness mean more than anything. With our support, veterans and military families can face even the most difficult challenges. Let's honor their service with ours.
Hi, welcome back to Connecting Our Community. I'm joined now by Marta Bajarquez. She's the Employment Development Specialist with JSSA, which is the Jewish Social Service Agency. And Marta, tell us how you got involved with this agency.
First of all, thank you so much, Pat, for your invitation. I am very, very happy to be here sharing about what I do, because I do it with a lot of excitement. I love what I do. I have a background in sales. I studied psychology back in my country, but I honestly got into sales from the very beginning. That's what I like doing, and I was very good at it. But when I came to this country, tragedy hit my life. I lost my husband and my mother around the same time. Not only that, but finances also. We were totally almost homeless, my kids and I. And I was in such a difficult situation. Someone told me that there was an opportunity working with people with disabilities. I accepted, not knowing very well what I was getting into, because I was new to the country at the same time, but I loved it. I fell in love with it. I was working with people with autism at the beginning, and they are the most dedicated workers you can ever think of. So I love what I was doing. I was a job coach at the beginning, then I became a job developer, and I thought that was like a match made in heaven. My combination of my sales skills plus my passion for the people came together, and it was a great, great thing.
Yeah. Well, obviously sales is highly involved in it, because if you have to convince an employer to hire someone with special needs, do you have to convince the people with special needs to try to get jobs? Is there that selling on both sides of
Oh
it?
yes, that, you know, it's a very good point. Very few people have connected those dots. Employers, definitely, you have to convince them. It takes several visits. I like to do it in person, face to face, not only connecting over the phone or following up, but I follow up in person. But yes, with the people with disabilities too, you have to convince them that this is the right thing for them. Although I don't want to use my sales skills on that, what I want is really to do what is the best for them. And it's a teamwork. Right. It's my whole department, we working together, coming together, finding whatever is the best possibility for that person.
Yeah. And do you find that perhaps an employer will hire one person with special needs and then have such a wonderful experience that either that same employer will then hire more of your clients or tell other employers
yes.
that this is a great thing? Is it that kind of a domino kind of a thing?
It absolutely matters a lot about the first impression we can make with one client. And if it doesn't work well, it also affects us in a negative way. So it's extremely important, and we try to put that in the minds of our clients, that when they go to get a job and they are placed there, they need to really work in such a way that they will put a good name on behalf of people with disabilities in general. Yeah. So yes.
And do you find certain disabilities are easier to hire or be hired, or certain age groups? Do you work with different?
Well, that's a good question again. Disabilities, not so much. People sadly are a little bit skeptical about disabilities, and that's where my job comes to play, right? I have to help them understand that a person with disabilities has a lot of abilities at the same time. And my job is to advocate and sell the skills of the person that I am working on behalf of. Age is probably the factor that limits a lot of the job search.
Really?
Yes, sadly, employers are more willing to consider a person with disabilities, even people with criminal records, which I have also worked with. But the person that is over 55, I would say, is very difficult. And it takes a lot of work. But it's not impossible. To give you an example, some 6 years ago, I placed a person that was 83 years old.
83 years old? Oh my gosh.
And my boss came to me and she said, Marta, don't feel that you have to take this client. We just want to give him the respect of doing an interview, but you don't have to take him. She said, I see this very difficult. And I said, don't worry, I'll meet him. So I met with him. He was 83, in a wheelchair, blind from one eye.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So
wow.
I met him and I fell in love with him. Let me tell you, one thing that he told me in the 15 minutes that we talked is that he was recently married to a woman that was 20 years younger than him.
Oh my goodness.
So in my mind, I was like, if he's 83 and he just got married to a woman that is 20 years younger than him,
yes.
he must have a lot to offer
yes.
to an employer.
So what kind of a job did you
I got him a job as a greeter in a Walmart in PG County.
Oh my
yes.
gosh, that's perfect.
And he had a very lively personality. He would talk to everyone from his wheelchair. It was
wow.
a perfect match.
Yeah.
Yes.
And don't you find that something like that sort of enlightens everyone? Who would think, first of all, somebody who's 83 is going out into the workforce?
Yes.
Second of all, with all the other things that are going on, he's in a wheelchair, he's partially blind. I think walking into a store or a business or any place and seeing someone cheerful,
yes.
having that to overcome, you sort of think, gee, I have a hangnail. What's my problem?
Exactly.
Do you find that it works
all the time?
other? Yeah.
All the time. Another example. I love to give examples,
yeah.
right? So, 10 years ago or 9 years ago, I placed a person who is totally blind, has autism, and is on dialysis.
Oh my gosh.
In Dave & Buster's, the one in Rockville. Sadly, they closed, but he was there 8 years, rolling silverware.
Wow.
A job that might seem very simple for any of us, but for him it meant the world.
Yes, of course.
And the people around him, the waiters, the people in the kitchen, they were seeing him, the way he worked, how punctual he was for his job, how seriously he took it, even though it was only 2 hours a day.
Yeah.
But they were all inspired, and everybody, it helped the morale of all the people in the company.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's amazing how something that we take for granted
yes.
can change someone's life, and then the ripple effect of that. So
Yes.
as you're saying, it changed his life, and everyone around him probably
Yes.
felt so much inspiration from that,
Yeah.
and you just have no idea how far the ripples would go.
Exactly.
Probably. Yeah,
That
that's-
manager in particular, sadly they left the county, but that manager in particular came to me over and over again. Is Marta, do you have another one? Do you have another one?
Yeah.
I placed a total of 12 people in that
Oh
day
my
Boston.
gosh.
Yes.
That's amazing. Do you find that you place people mostly in services like that, where it would be a restaurant doing the back end type things, or are there people in other, maybe more highly skilled
Okay.
positions?
So we place at Jewish Social Services, we place people in all levels, in all kind of industries. We have people in the government doing office work, doing clerical work, doing IT work. We have people in graphics, graphic design.
Huh.
Yeah. So we have people with bachelor's degree, master's degrees. We have people with GEDs, people with very little or no education at all range of education. We have people that might not be able to communicate verbally. We have people that are blind, as I said, people deaf, people with psychiatric disabilities, people with developmental disabilities. So we work with people, and it's a delightful thing to do, from my point of view. It's so interesting, different skills, different levels of education, different levels of interests. So we try to accommodate their interests.
Right.
But not necessarily we always are able to. So
Right.
sometimes the person might want to be a pilot, for example,
Yeah.
and they might end up doing, what is the name of the person that?
Flight attendant?
Yes,
Yes.
yes. So,
Ah.
but they are close to the environment that they enjoy.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's amazing. So if someone wanted to get involved, do you have volunteer opportunities, or do you have to have special training to get on
I
board?
would just suggest to contact us and ask about the volunteer opportunities. There is a department that deals with that, and I don't know how much they request of requirements. I wouldn't know much about that.
Yeah. But obviously, from your own experience, you didn't have a whole lot of necessarily background dealing with people with special needs. And how many years have you
Yes.
been?
I've been
with
doing
them?
this for 14 years.
Wow.
Yeah, but I started, as I said, as a job coach, making very little money, but
Yeah.
I have been moving up with
Yeah.
experience. I place a lot of people per year. I will say just by myself, I place like 50 people per year.
Wow.
Yeah, and I work with passion, and that's
Yeah.
what makes the difference.
Exactly.
And that's the same thing that I tell my clients. It's like, let's find a job that is going to make you happy, where you are going to look forward to go to work. I
Yeah.
don't want to just get a job. I want them to get a career.
Yeah.
And the wonderful thing is I have a boss, Tom Liniak, who is extremely business-minded. He is a lawyer. He started his own businesses several times, and he empowers us to also be, even though it's a non-profit organization and many people are social workers, but he has brought a new way of thinking,
Yeah.
very innovative.
Yeah. Well, it's just fascinating, and you do such good work. As I say, you just probably have no idea how far the ripples go out when you're just doing something that you're so passionate about, and it changes everyone's lives.
Yes.
It's amazing. I'd like to thank you, excuse me, if I can talk. I'd like to thank you for being our guest tonight, and there's so much more information. So please, everyone, check out the websites and things that are at the end of this. For more information about the Transition Work Group, you can visit them on Facebook at facebook.com/Transition Work Group, or email. They also have a Transitioning Youth Resource Fair every October at the Montgomery College Rockville campus. For more information about the JSSA job placement and outreach, you can contact them at jssa.org, or you can call the number on your screen. To contact Marta, you can email her directly at mbohorquez@jssa.org. And for more information about ArtStream, visit their website, art-stream.org. Or you can email Nicolette, Nick, as she allowed me to call her, at the email address that's on your screen. And of course, you can always get the links to information discussed on this program by going to the Connecting Our Community blog on the mymcmedia.org website. So thank you, Marta.
Thank you so
to
much,
Nick
Pat.
and Terrell, who are standing over there applauding us. And thank you all so much for joining us. And we hope that you'll join us on the next Connecting Our Community.